Do you think that there are really people in these high positions of power that they believe they can alter our reality enough where it could be this dystopian landscape where they have complete control over everything? Or is that just a sort of illusion as well to assist in the evolution of humanity?
Well, yeah, an amazing story. If you would like me to, I can go into that, but it will take a tiny bit of
That's all right,
unpacking.
man. We can do it. We got time.
So Chris, are you familiar with the concept of the demiurge or the Lord Archon? All right, so that's a character in Kelly the Destroyer, my novel that I mentioned. So if you want to actually read how I narrativize this guy, but as I see it, as I understand it, the demiurge is a being, is a creature from what shamans would call the dark sea of awareness, which is basically the dreamtime realm of eternity that surrounds this little speck that we're on, that we're in, whatever this realm is, this little construct. And it is just the continuation of the dream into subtler and subtler dimensions of awareness, is what the dark sea of awareness is, until you're all the way back at the source point for this experiment, this multiversal experiment, if you want to go there. So there are beings, like in the ocean, swimming around, and some of them are of the apex predator variety. So there was one that in Get Out of Here Alive I call the dragon, who, according to mythology and religious texts, showed up in a garden a long time ago, the Garden of Eden. And our ancestors were there, and they were in the dream time of a kind of pre-conscious awareness, meaning that their minds were linked in a collective unconscious, and that's how we functioned. We didn't have an individual consciousness. And so the offering of the apple of the tree of knowledge was an offering by this apex predator of its own mind, its operating system, because it's a gigantic mental parasite. It said, I will let you use my powerful operating system, basically. It didn't say it like that. It basically said, I will let you become individual. Here, take the apple. When we took that apple, we took on its mind. There was a kind of tacit contractual agreement that's how this worked, right? That's why we have contracts everywhere. This being it loves to contract. So we took on its operating system. So when we think with our what we consider to be our minds, and that voice is in the head, and it's giving us all kinds of contradictory signals and information and everything, that's not us. That is the dragon. That is.
So you said it was a parasite. Would you consider it separate from the all that we are?
Oh, not at all. No, this is where it gets fascinating, because when you pass out of victimhood into agenthood or agenthood probably is not a word, but when you make that transition, then and you realize that all is a creation of the imagination, and that you are a part of the all. If there is such a thing as unity consciousness, there can only be one of us here, right? Then we dreamed the dragon into our garden for some purpose. I would say the purpose is to create this very intense dojo of a world that we're in, classroom dojo. We're getting our asses kicked by Morpheus trying to wake us up. We're Neo, like wondering what's going on here.